Looks like the sun melted some of the snow. It was completely covered earlier. Being that I have a black car that was in the sun, it melted a little bit. Let me get my items that are going to the post office in my car. Oh, look at that little bird footprints. How cute. I bet they're not liking this cold weather. Whoa. Okay, that didn't work. It's warmed up to 11 degrees today. It has been freezing in the southeastern part of Michigan since Sunday, which was today's Tuesday, and it's going to continue the rest of the week. It's not even going to break freezing, like maybe 31, 33 degrees until next Sunday. So it's pretty cold here. I think a lot of the country is under the same conditions, but that doesn't stop resellers from listing items, from maybe even shopping for them, and it doesn't stop the people buying online. When you're stuck inside, what are you going to do? You're going to go shopping. The Dollar Tree is in the same mall as my post office, and I had to jump in there to get a few items, some office supplies for my emporium. Hi, this is Dena, and welcome to my channel. My channel has been growing so big, so fast that I haven't put out a thank you video. Plus, I have some exciting announcements to put out. So I am in the parking lot here. Let me just move this around. And it is really cold. As you can see, I'm all bundled up. So I want to thank all of my subscribers. There's subscribers who have been with me from the beginning, from when I had one subscriber, which was me. And as I went along to 100, 200, 500 subscribers, and then it went really fast. I went 600, 700, and now I'm at 1,100 subscribers. So a lot of you are probably new to my channel, so I want to welcome you in. I have plenty of playlists that you can get caught up on the things that you like to watch, because as a reseller, I do the shop with me ones or thrift with me. Sometimes it's just me by myself, mostly by myself. Sometimes I'm with my friend Sherry, and sometimes I'm with my daughter. And there are there's actually a playlist of when I just do things with my daughter, so you can take a look at those. And then there's playlists that are just sold or haul videos. Now there is times where I do both the thrift with me and the haul video in one video. In that case, it's on both of those playlists, but it's an easy way for you to catch up and see what's going on in my channel. I am a part-time reseller. I have been doing this for 10 years now. Actually, in 2024, when it gets closer to like July, then it'll be 11 years, because I started in 2013. I started with flipping furniture. That was my first thing I ever did. I just love finding old pieces of furniture and painting them, and I used to flip them on the Facebook yard sale sites before they had Facebook Marketplace. That came along way later. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And my friend Sherry was a reseller, and she kept telling me about how well she was doing on eBay. Then she started Poshmark. Then she got me doing it. I started doing eBay and Poshmark as well. And now I do Etsy. I do Facebook Marketplace occasionally. Not too many items on there, but occasionally I put things on there. And I'll tell you about that when that happens. Usually in my sold video. I wait till I have a sold on that, and then I just tell you that's where I sold it. The other place I like to sell on is Whatnot. I do vintage sales on there. Those are live sales, like an auction type of sale. I also have some buy it now on Whatnot. And there's links to all of this down below. There's links in my link tree. You'll find the links to all of my shops. You'll find all my social media links down there. You'll find links for Whatnot. And I also, there's buy it now on Whatnot. I had to think what was my next thought there. So there's usually almost in every video, there's going to be links to all sorts of things. when I do things with my daughter, there's links to her YouTube channel. She's Green Bee Explorer, so that'll be in there. And when I shop with my friend Sherry, there'll be links to her eBay as well. She likes to do a lot of fashion items. She has a fantastic eBay store and definitely worth checking out. And so I like, giving everybody a little bit of love. I appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me. I love reading your comments. I always say that. Comment down below. Just love reading those. And so, what's my big announcement? My first YouTube video was done in this driveway. It was in the summertime, and I set up a table, and I brought out items and did haul videos. And in the background of some of those videos was my neighbor's house over here. And she always teased me that I had to give her some sort of royalty if I ever, started making a lot of money on YouTube. So here we are again. Her house is in the video. I'll have to tease her about that. Anyways, I wanted to thank everybody who has been subscribed to my channel and has been watching my channel and coming along with my journey. This is definitely a journey. I've been learning a lot. I love to go out sourcing, and then of course then you have to list the items, and then of course I love when they sell, and I like to package them all up and get them out safely to wherever they're going. And I kind of try to film all that along the way, and I do sometimes travel and source in other areas. I have sourced at the bins in Indiana. I've sourced in Pennsylvania because we travel back there a lot. I live in Michigan right now, but I'm from Pennsylvania. Lots of friends and family back home, and so when I go, I'm like, I'm going to make the trip worth it to me. I always want to do that. Even when we fly to Florida, I have thrifted down in Florida because it helps to pay for the tickets. Now, I almost said lift tickets there. That's because I'm a skier. So I have a second channel that is also always linked down below. It's called Start With Coffee Adventures. And that is where I do all of my travel, like my travel vlogs, my skiing. If I'm going to Florida or Pennsylvania or wherever in the United States I'm going, hopefully we'll get some, international trips in there soon. We've been talking about going international for vacation, that is. And then I also have my recipes. I do my gardening, and lots of Lola. Famous Lola is on both of my channels and on my daughter's channel. So my cousin, who also has a YouTube channel, she calls her Famous Lola. So you'll see her. She's our little puppy dog, our little Jack Russell Terrier. But let's get to the announcement. It's already in the title. You guys already know. So I got approved to be a seller on Niknax.net. Jocelyn from the Crazy Lamp Lady, we all know her. I found her channel when I moved to Michigan, and I was here by myself for a little bit because we hadn't sold our Pennsylvania house, and my husband was still there, and I was unpacking the house here. I had a lot of time on my hands, but I didn't have cable or anything like that. I only had internet, so I would watch YouTubes and Netflix. That was it. And I started watching Crazy Lamp Lady on, YouTube. And then I started finding other resellers, and I started following all them. Now I subscribe to, I don't know, 100, couple hundred. I can't watch everybody. I try to watch a lot. I kind of do the round the rosy kind of thing, and I hit up people's channels here and there. I also follow people on Instagram and Facebook, and I follow their reels and their pictures and all that on those social media sites. And oh, somebody was walking a dog. I was like, oh, what's that back there? I saw it in my mirror. And so anyways, I am so happy. I've already listed a couple items up there. I just got approved. The day she made the announcement, I went right to District, which is who hosts all of the different marketplaces, and I went right to Niknax.net, and I signed up to be a buyer and a seller the same day. But I forgot to put the links to my my selling platforms, especially eBay. That's my biggest one. And so, of course, I got rejected, and she tells you about that. If you go and watch all of her videos about the Niknax platform, she answers a lot of questions. She did live chats where she answered all the questions, and a ton of questions came through there. It's worth watching every minute of that. She answers just about anything you could imagine on all of the videos that are all on her YouTube channel. She does have them also posted on her Facebook page, her Crazy Lamp Lady Facebook page, and maybe to her Niknax page. She has a Niknax page as well. But anyways, so I forgot my links, and she talks about that. If you forget your links, you're going to get rejected. So I got rejected. Then I had to provide my links and then wait to get approved. And so I finally just got approved here in January. So it was a little bit of a wait for me. Other people who put their links in right away got approved right away. So I think from her latest information, she said she has 13,000 people on that marketplace, and she has 1,800 sellers, and she's approving as many as possible. But as she approves, even if she approves 100 or 200, there's a backlog of new people applying. So it's kind of a funny thing that way. And she does have people helping her with all of that, and she explains all of that as well. And so that's my announcement, is that I got approved to sell on Niknax.net. I'm pretty excited about it. I've been a fan of Jocelyn and the Crazy Lamp Lady for many years. In fact, she inspired me to start my YouTube channel. I started it during the pandemic, I think, like a lot of people did, and here we are. So I want to thank everybody who has followed me along on my journey and all of my evolution of how I went from an itty-bitty, and I mean really itty-bitty, part-time reseller, where like my 90-day total, and I used to be happy about this, used to be anywhere from $100 to $300 for my 90-day total. But that was also back when I was working full-time. And I also trade stocks. That's my other thing that I do, and I actually make a lot of money doing that. I make more money doing that than I do the reselling. I don't talk about that. That's a whole different animal. Can't get into that on this channel, or any channel for that matter. I'm not interested in doing a YouTube channel on that. So anyways, I was so happy with having like $100 to $300 on my 90-day total on eBay. Then I was also selling on Poshmark. I just would be so happy about all of that. And then I started making a little bit more. I started listing more. You list more, you sell more. Even if you take a break from listing and then you list a lot in one day, it makes a difference. And that happened to me once. I was like, that's it. Instead of listing 2 a day or 3 a day, I took 20 items and listed them all at once on one day. And I took breaks in between, and it took me a long time because I wasn't that efficient at doing it. Now I'm more efficient at doing it. And so now what I do is I might do 1 a day, 2 a day, maybe even 3 or so in a day. But what I really like to do to get things moving, and this has helped me a lot, is taking all the pictures and creating drafts. And I call them giraffes, like the animal giraffe, because that's what it sounds like when you say giraffe. It sounds giraffe, doesn't it? But anyways, I'll create like 15 drafts, and then I will start processing them, the next day. And I will put up so many a day, and then I schedule out at least 1 or 2 a day, and then I continue to take pictures and make drafts. And I know that even if I didn't list 1 item that day, because I scheduled an item, it went live that day. So it goes live before I even get up and get my coffee, and I'm a big coffee drinker. Hence my channel, my second channel being called Start With Coffee Adventures. So that's my process now. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So my sales jumped where I was making, like $500-600, and then during the pandemic I was doing, now these are 90-day totals on eBay. Granted, I'm selling all over the place now, and I sell on Etsy and Poshmark and whatnot and all that. So just going by my eBay totals, during the pandemic, it jumped to, I think it was between $1,100 and $1,300, and I was ecstatic. Then the pandemic was over, and those totals dropped down a little bit. I'm like, that's okay. Maybe I can get some momentum. Just keep listing more, right? Just keep listing. Then I dislocated my shoulder. That happened too. I have videos on that. If you've been following along, I talk about that. I dislocated my shoulder. It's been a lifelong issue. I dislocated it in such a way I could not get it back in. I was always able to get it back in. This has been since I was a little kid. Well, that sent me to the emergency room, and then I had to go to physical therapy after I talked to an orthopedist. So we did physical therapy, then I went and had an operation, and then more physical therapy. And on top of that, I was also volunteering, helping out my son-in-law in his dental office. I was helping out with that, because even with my shoulder being in a sling, I could still answer phones and check people in, that kind of thing. So I was helping him. So I wasn't listing at all. I was hardly doing anything for my channel. Well, all of that is done now. I don't volunteer at his office anymore, and my arm is all better. I am like a new woman. I still need to work on my strength. And I was just looking, there's a car backing up. I can see all these things in my mirror that I keep looking at. There it goes. You just saw it go that way. So, not to be too long-winded, but this is just to catch everybody up if you haven't been following along. That's why I do these reseller vlogs. I usually try to throw in some sort of tips or tricks or anything like that in these. So, I guess in this case, it's sell on multiple platforms. Which I do now. I sell on so many platforms, and there's more out there. There's so more I haven't even looked at to do. And I know people sell on Depop. There's Vamp, which is another on district. Misty does that one. That is a virtual antiques marketplace. And I haven't looked into that one as much because I was just so excited about Jocelyn's Niknax that when I went to district, I realized Misty's on there too. And then because of the resellers that I follow on YouTube, I saw and heard that other resellers, guy resellers, they're doing like their baseball cards, and they do that on their live whatnot sales, but then they also do their own marketplace. They have it, their own marketplace on district as well, where they do vintage t-shirts and baseball cards and all kinds of like the guy teaks, the guy antiques things, mantiques I think they call it. So there is lots and lots of different resellers to follow and figure out where they are selling things. And then recently, this is a new phenomenon for me. I've had people watch my haul videos and say, when are you going to have that item listed up? I'd like to purchase it. And I hurried up and listed that item and sold it. I've recently had 2 more people do the same thing, and I'm hoping to sell those items. That just happened like in the past couple days. So I just got those items listed. We'll see if those viewers actually go and purchase the items. So I did comment on their comments on my YouTube video saying, hey, I listed the item up, it's available. However, the one item, I already saw that there's watchers on it. Other people are interested in it. So if that viewer doesn't hurry up and buy that item, she might be out of luck because other people are looking at it because it's a BOLO item. Be on the lookout. So anyways, that is all I wanted to talk about. I'm just so excited. Thank you. Thank you guys for subscribing, for commenting, for watching my videos. Thank you for shopping on my platforms. If you haven't found me, you can always favorite my shops. Go to eBay, find Left Lane Finds. I'm Left Lane Finds everywhere. Left Lane Finds, find me, favorite me as my eBay store. Go to Etsy, find me, favorite that shop. Poshmark, that's another whole animal. It's really hard to do it on there, but I wouldn't worry about trying to follow me on Poshmark. And I do cross-post things across platforms, and I run sales. I might run sales on one platform but not the other, and vice versa, or sometimes I run sales at the same time. So you never know when you're going to catch a sale. I send out offers all the time when people like my items, when I can, on the various platforms.
And I think that is it for now. I want to go up and list a few more items onto Niknax.net because I am just so excited to be on a new platform. And I guess Happy New Year. We're still in January. Happy New Year. And I will catch you guys later on the next one.